Hello guys, and welcome back again to the Classwarrior87 Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition playthrough here on YouTube. Right, and I'm feeling good today because I've been at work all week. It's a day off and I managed to beat 4 kings this morning, which is great. I'm now gonna head to the Duke's Archives because I'm given to believe that there's an item you get there which allows you to enter one of the new areas for the Prepare to Die edition and also the upcoming DLC on the consoles. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just in Anor Londo right now. It's looking a bit different because it's now Twilight Anor Londo. If you watch my previous videos you'd see that I killed Darkson Gwendolyn, I killed Guinevere. Or I dispelled her illusion, at least. So now it's time to head to the Duke's Archives. I'm gonna do the whole damn thing in one video because why the hell not? I'll try and point out as many secrets and stuff as I can be bothered to do. I don't know if I'm gonna do them all. I will demonstrate how to get to the how to free Logan, and I'll talk a little bit more about his separate side quest thing as well. And yeah, the Firekeeper soul as well in this area. I'll show you how to get that. I really hate these things. Very effective, which is good to know. I was a bit worried that I was going to have to kill those slowly, which I just can't stand the idea of at all. I don't recall ever actually coming to the Duke's Archives after making making Anor Londo go Twilight. I wonder if it's going to have any impact on what the Duke's Archives looks like. I've never noticed that before, if it does. Odd that it does no damage with a single-handed strike, but we put it in 2 hands, it tears the thing apart. This is the first bonfire in here. This place can be a bit of a pain, but it's actually, the layout is very simple. It's basically like a vertical sort of building with 2 sort of mirror imaged like library areas with about 3 or 4 different floors in between, on each side even. And there's a big prison area which you have to go to, and I'll demonstrate that as well while I'm here. Oh, I see an unusual golem up there which I've never noticed before. That may be the one for the new content. Will be cool if it is. I don't imagine it's not actually. So. It's a bit of a cruel place to put it though. It kind of forces you to fight a golem as well as all these guys. I mean, I remember on some of the classes I played I've had real trouble with this room and these enemies. Particularly on classes such as the Thief, where you don't have much elemental damage, because these guys are only really weak against magic. They're very resistant to physical damage, which can be a bit of a pain. You gotta watch out for that magic caster in there, it can do a lot of damage to you. Broken pendant, there we go. I'm starting to get excited now because I know that that's gonna lead me somewhere new. Broken stone pendant, deeply enchanted. Half of a broken stone pendant. The vine appears to originate from Ulasil. A powerful magic can be sensed from this ancient stone, yet men of this time can neither manipulate nor sense its power, which has a distinct air consisting of both reverence and nostalgia. Okay, fair enough. It does something. Now I believe what we've got to do is present that item to Dusk of Ulasil, which is my next thing I'm going to try next, basically. Those guys make some fucking creepy ass noises sometimes. By now you should have collected several rings of sacrifice, or more ideally a rare ring of sacrifice. I know there's like one in Sen's Fortress which you probably shouldn't have missed. You won't have if you've been following this guide. Not going to take any shit from those dudes. The way ahead is this sort of lift area over here. There's a little switch over there. I'm just going to go and explore for treasure over here, though. I don't think there is anything along here, but I'm just going to take a look. Yep, there is. Gotta watch out for mimics in this place, so I don't remember which ones are mimics and which ones aren't. I think that other one over there is, though. There's a lot of decent items around here, and actually I'll show you how to get the crossbow that fires in bursts of 3 bolts at a time, because that thing's pretty cool, to be honest. It kicks ass, basically. If only there was some sort of poison bolts you could get on this. That would be ideal for that weapon. It still seems to be quite sunny up here, even though it's night time in Orlando down below. In case you're wondering, that's an Orlando down there. Yeah, we've come pretty far, haven't we? It sure doesn't feel like that far. That was a shame for display. Don't really know anything about that shield other than that it's crystal, which, to be honest, I never use crystal gear. I just don't like the idea of it breaking. I don't know whether it's good or not because I've never used it enough to get attached to it. Now is a good time to equip ideally the rare ring of sacrifice. Failing that, use the normal ring of sacrifice. It's just that there's a chance you may get cursed up here, and there's also the 100% chance, or rather the inevitability, that you are definitely going to die on this next bit. You have to. otherwise you cannot progress. So you need to minimise damage. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Watch out for this Crystal Knight dude in here, because he's I don't know what his deal is, but if you when you kill him, you can get his armour in the courtyard, sort of garden area outside, if you look around and fight the golems. His armour's actually kind of cool, to be honest. I like it. He looks pretty fucked up. He doesn't even drop anything, so you know something's up with that dude. And there's a crystal lizard up here as well, so if you run and get a quick attack in, you can quite easily kill it before it runs away. There it is. Blue titanite chunks. That's another thing as well, you get a blue titanite slab in this not here, but later on in this area, and I will demonstrate exactly how to get it. Although what I highly recommend is that you buy some prism stones if you haven't already bought some. Now there's no way to survive this fight here. You have to die. And the best thing you can possibly do though is just try to make sure you don't get cursed when you do die. There we go. That's typically the move that finishes one. Thanks to the ring, which will now be broken, I will have all my souls, and I was going to say humanity, but I didn't have any humanity to begin with, so that's not really an issue anymore. What I'm going to do is re-equip Havel's ring so I've got a bit more agility. I'm tempted to put the Hornet ring on because a lot of the enemies in here will be backstabbing. In fact, yeah, go on. Hornet ring it is. Might as well level up while I'm here. I don't need too much in the way of dexterity now because I've kind of I've done the 4 kings basically, so I'm not too fussed about having a lot more attack power. I would actually rather have more endurance because I like the idea of this build is for PvP, and the idea is basically to be able to go two-handed and just hit enemies repeatedly over and over until it breaks the garden and continue hitting them some more. That's how that's how this build works. It's pretty damn awesome as well. So I'd rather have a lot more endurance now that I've got the hardest boss fight in the game out of the way. Yeah, we're trapped in a cell. Just kill this dude through the bars. Dies in one hit, pretty much no matter what you do. Right, these guys are going to try and get out of here now, because when that alarm system thing's going off, it makes these guys panic and try to escape, and it releases a bunch of odd snake creatures down below, which aren't a lot of fun, but they drop humanity, so it's fun to kill them, I guess. Well, it's not fun actually. They're a pain in the ass. They can grab you and they can spit things on you. They're really quite annoying. Alright, so what you need to do here is go down to the bottom of this prison area first and kill these things. Luckily they're quite squishy, so you can just hit them a few times and they'll die. might even want to go two-handed, although it's 2 hits either way, so you might as well have the possibility for defense. There's a ton of treasures hidden in the prison in the various cells and stuff, but you need certain keys to open up ones on certain levels and stuff, and it's all a little confusing. But if you go down and you just be thorough and you search, you will get everything you want here. There's even a couple of bits that are tricky to get to that you can do, and you know, get some more stuff. That's another one of the keys that you need to open certain doors. And you make sure to make a note of this place as well, and where it is and how to get to it. It's pretty straightforward though. Basically because you've got to come back here later if you want to get a Firekeeper soul, and also if you want to free Big Hat Logan, the sorcerer NPC who sells the spells and stuff. If you complete his quest, you get a unique sorcery and some of this. Oh shit. I never quite understood what the deal was with those weird two enemies there. Big Hat Logan's just hiding here.
What a chance meeting this is.
And that's a Firekeeper soul in his cell as well.
I don't suppose you could stage me a getaway. The archives. Such a storehouse of knowledge. So close but just out of reach. The thought offends me so I could simply die. As a student of the arts, you understand me,
Of course.
Hello again. What a chance. Alas, I'm imprisoned once again. The Ark. The thought offends me so.
You're repeating yourself, Logan. So the Maidens of Guinevere would have this magic. I'm guessing that was the other one as well. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Right, so time to get the fuck out of here. First things first, we've got to stop that alarm and get the key to get out of here. Just up this ladder here at the bottom. The stairs are over there. And there's a switch up here and some enemies to kill. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, to be honest. I normally just run around and backstab these guys. Bad time there, but whatever. Ah, peace and quiet. and that's the key to get out of the prison. Unfortunately, we will have to come back down here to free Logan, and also to get the Firekeeper soul out of his cell. For now, it's time to get out. And it's a long run back up to the top. I'm not even going to bother with some of the stuff that there is to pick up around here. In the cell that you start at, you can actually you can drop down to that ledge over there, but I think it's just a soul or something. Nothing that I need. All you gotta do is go into the cell with the bonfire, and there's a door on the other side that you can open. This is another cell that I can open with the key. I decided I'm going to get it anyway. And that's all it was. Totally wasn't worth it. Because now I've got to run all the way back up. But there's a nice easy way for you to watch me run back up, which is to not watch me run back up, because I'm going to once again use the magic of video editing. This is how you climb a flight of stairs extremely fast. And hey, look, I'm at the top. That was nice and quick, wasn't it? Right. You can also go along the left on the top there, and you can go along those boards, and you can drop off on those other boards down there, and there's the maiden armor set, or rather the cloth robes, maiden robes set, whatever it is. Those are in there, and I think they're pretty decent for clerics and stuff, or maybe not, I don't know, I can't really remember. I've never used them personally. Well, I've got a suspicion that they might be worth a decent amount of souls to Frampt. At this point that's kind of irrelevant though, as Frampt is no longer going to be our friend. Now the Hornet Ring should be ensuring that I'm getting an instant kill on a backstab, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Another badass view. Watch out for the channels in here. They can do quite a bit of damage to you. There's one around the corner as well as that guy up there. Just gonna go for it. If you're lucky, these guys sometimes drop the trident that they use. It allows you to do that dance, which increases, I think, the attack speed and power of allies, which is pretty useful. It's cool in co-op play. Now if you want, you can actually just go straight down to the bottom here and get the bonfire that's just out on that balcony at the bottom that you can see the open door. The bonfire doesn't appear visible from here, but it is just there. What I'm going to do is though, open the I'm going to open the tunnel up and also get the key for Logan's cell. Gotta watch out for the archers in this place. They do a pretty significant amount of damage if they hit you when you're not defending. Dragon Slayer spear is awesome in this place. Enemies weak against magic, cuts right through them. Yeah, basically what you want to do is hit these stairways turn around, so you hit the switch. If you jump off down here, there's a chest down below on that bookcase which you can get. That's got the triple fire crossbow. It's called Avaline, I believe. I will get that, but not until I've got the bonfire. It's kind of a risky maneuver as well. I don't like doing it, to be honest. I suspect this is a mimic. Maybe not. Nice. Although I don't really have anything to use Twinkling Titanite to upgrade, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. There's another chest over in that corner where he is. You just drop down here, you might take a little bit of damage from the fall. Shouldn't be too much. Coward. Goes to the other side, just to pull the same shit again, like the little bastard that he is. Strong magic shield. Pretty cool if you're a mage, sorcerer, or whatever. Once you start using the switch, you're invulnerable to attacks, so pretty safe there. Oh, come on. And then once you've rotated these stairs around, if you look over there, that's actually where we entered from the prison, over there on the floor below. So you can actually go back to the prison by coming up this way and flicking the stairs here. It'll spin round. That's your way back in when you need to come back to speak to Logan and to get the fire kick soul. Just try to ignore that guy. He mostly isn't too much of a problem. Although an arrow in the neck is never good. This lever here opens up the way to the bonfire, and it opens up this secret sort of passageway thing. So now we're in the main hall area. Now there's another hall very much the same as this, on the other side of that wall behind the staircase, and it's basically a mirror image of this whole room. It's like identical in every way. And at the other end, in this area opposite where the bonfire is, straight through there, and then equidistant from the far wall further away, that's where entrance is to the Duke's Archives, where we first came in up the lift past the two boars. So it's pretty simple geography in this place, which is quite good. It's just that it can be a little confusing at first. Now the first thing you want to do is explore these rooms over here. You can open up the way to the boss in here, which is always good. After you free Logan, you will find him chilling in this room here, and you can talk to him and buy magic and stuff. I'm not going to show you the end of his side quest, because to do that you've got to buy all his expensive spells before he goes crazy, and then you've got to hunt him down. But And I'm not spending my souls on sorceries, basically, because I'm not a sorcerer. If you are a sorcerer though, you must do it, because you get awesome spells from it. That's the prison key to let Logan out of his cell. Nice. The symbol of avarice is a big chest head. It's really ugly and it drains your health whilst you wear it, so it can kill you if you go AFK. But it increases your item drop chances like significantly, possibly even more so than the covetous serpent ring. But I don't know for sure on that one. There's another chest behind here as well, which I believe is the crystal ember. Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong. Hit this switch and it opens up the way to the next boss, and well, basically the boss of this whole area. I'm not going to go down there just yet because I'm going to go use the bonfire, and then I'm going to make my way back up to the prison. I'm going to show you the way back up, and then I'll just skip to the bottom of the stairs again, because the stairs are just a needless waste of time as far as video making is concerned. It's uneventful, nothing happens on the stairs, so I won't record on the stairs. Right, so the prison's actually up there on the 3rd floor, I believe. So easiest way up is to just go back into this passageway and climb up the ladder. That archer is up there and he does shoot at you. Just keep moving, and chances are he shouldn't really hit you much, if at all. Can be quite annoying though if he does hit you. And we're back in here again. Oh, the joys. Right. So you once again descend a staircase extremely fast. And I'm at the bottom, like magic. A couple of guys, if you run straight to the bottom, a couple of guys will come out of the cells and chase you down the stairs as well. Just lead them to the bottom and kill them down here. There's nothing to be scared of. As long as the bell isn't sounding, or the alarm, whatever you want to call it, the siren, I don't know. And these things all just chill in this room. It's relatively safe to just sort of take them on. Use ranged attacks if you don't feel comfortable fighting them. They won't step outside of the room. Oh no, not this again. I have seen these things drop humanity before, but it's quite rare. If you want to try and farm humanity though, feel free to go ahead. Use this covetous serpent ring, You could use the symbol of avarice potentially as well if you wanted. I'm not sure if the effects stack with each other.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm saved. That makes twice. I must be sure to repay you. I will visit the archives. If I discover any new spells, I shall share them with you. Prepare to be impressed by the onward march of sorcery. Hello. I'll head out soon. I wish to lay down my plans.
And don't forget to pick this up. Firekeeper soul. Perfect.
Hello. Don't mind me.
Time for a little bit of editing magic again. As I ascend some staircase with lightning speed once again. At this point it occurs to me that I probably should have skipped the ladder climbing as well, but I'll just leave that in and you can deal with the traumatic experience of watching me climb a ladder. You'll notice that I didn't use the bonfire on the way up. It's because I can't be bothered to deal with the enemies again. The next bonfire I use will be the one on the ground floor. Back down the way I just came from, basically. Spin this thing around again. That's how to travel in style. Logan will now be in this room over here. It's kind of camouflaged in the corner there.
Hello there. I was expecting you. This place is truly magnificent. More than expected even. As promised, I shall share the new sorceries with you. And the secret of Seath's immortality. Ah. The secret of Seath's immortality. If you have fought him and were imprisoned, you must know that Seath is a true undead, different from ourselves. His wounds close promptly, and no mortal blow affects him, granting true insulation from death. His wounds close promptly, and no mortal blow affects him, granting true insulation from death. It is an effect
just repeat himself
of a primordial crystal, a sacred treasure pillaged by Seath when he turned upon the ancient dragons. So only by destroying the primordial crystal can you so much as scratch his hide. And it so happens the primordial crystal is in the inner garden of these very archives, the Crystal Forest.
That's good news.
The tomes stalk the great, some would say. Seath had an all program, and I certainly bear no antipathy for that.
He sells some pretty awesome spells. Crystal Soul Spear, Crystal Magic Weapon, Crystal Home and Soul Mass. These spells kick serious ass, but they're very expensive. You need at least 100,000 souls to buy them all. And he doesn't lose his mind and turn hollow until you do. I'm just gonna kick his ass right now because I'm not doing his side quest.
The folly of youth.
Oh, you actually get the sorcery from him if you kill him. Oh wow. And his hat and his and his catalyst. What the hell? Okay, well yeah, I thought you had to actually go and... Well, if you speak to him and buy all the spells, he goes crazy and then vanishes. And when he vanishes, you go up. You go there first and you find his robes that have been left behind. You get his robes. I think that's the reward for finishing his quest. And then you go up to where you first fought Seath and had to die, which was basically from this area with the bonfire. You go up them stairs and through the doorways into the other area beyond that far wall, and then on that first floor, pretty much just up with that in line with the first floor, there's a lever. You can call the lift back down. That's the lift that we took up near the start. And you go back up there and you go to Seath's boss room where you died fighting him the first time, and Logan will be there. There'll also be I don't know, enchanted ember or something like that as well that you can get for upgrading magic weapons. But I'm not gonna go up there because I really can't be bothered. It's now time to go and kick the ass of Seath the Scaleless. There's a guy down here just... Oh, that didn't work. It's because he just dropped on his head, but maybe not. There's a chest here which I've already looted. It contained 20 prism stones, just in case you didn't happen to have bought any before coming here. There's now a fog gate here, just step through. It's best not to jump off the top because you may take some damage. Although if you drop off at the higher end up the hill there, I don't think you do take any damage, to be honest. Going to take care of these guys one at a time because they can be a little bit overwhelming. If you get 2 good hits on you, you're dead. You gotta be aware these special golems are actually always stronger than the usual, so you may want to take extra care with your defense. Takes less damage than the others, or rather it takes more damage, but it takes less damage from my weapons is what I meant to say. That was close. Bit of a risky attack at the end there, but kill that guy and she appears.
It was you who rescued me. Why, thank you. I am Sieglinde of Catarina. I don't know how I ended up in that crystal. It wasn't terrible in there, but I could hardly move. I must think of some way to repay you. Oh, have you seen my father? You wouldn't miss him. A suit of armour just like mine. Thank goodness. I knew he was here somewhere. Well then, now I must find him. Thanks again, truly. Now if you'll just stay put and keep out of trouble. Thank goodness. Well then, now I must...
That's Siegmeyer's daughter. So she's gonna go look for him, and you can't complete his quest chain properly without freeing her so that they can meet up at the end. I believe the next time we see Sieglinde, he'll be in Lost Island, where he attempts where he finally gets around to doing some fighting for us, basically. Although we'll have to look after him, of course, because he's a complete lunatic. The best thing to do if you haven't got the crystal golem to deal with and stuff, just run down here. The enemies chase you, but they can't keep up. You can actually just jump over this one. It's quite easy to do. There's a secret path down here. You can see the sort of snowflakes dropping out of the crystal, whatever it is. You can run along there, and there's a soul or something at the end. I'm not going to bother with it personally. That's the item up there. I don't need it, whatever it is. But you can feel free to get it. And if you don't trust the walkways, just throw prism stones down, and then you'll know for sure. This is the way across, though. You may notice the moonlight butterflies in here. I highly recommend you just leave them alone, because they can cause you some real problems. You can carry on across there as well, down onto that other walkway, and there's another soul or something down there as well. I prefer to just run past this guy, because if he gets one solid attack on you in the wrong place, you will fall to your death. Now straight ahead when you drop down here, another hidden path. If you turn around, there's a bunch of crystal lizards in here. I really hate this bit, and yes, I've died trying to get across here. I've wasted most of my prism stones, and I'm probably not going to make it over, to be honest. I highly recommend coming here with at least 20 prism stones, and try not to waste any. If you don't feel confident about this, like I've basically fucked it up twice now, I highly recommend that you bring a lot of prism stones. They only cost 50 souls each, so it's a sound investment, really. Probably should have bought more personally. Yeah, that's my sign to turn back. But if you keep going, you can find your way. I think it's sort of a zigzag pattern, like along there, then around and down. I'm not willing to try it personally. Already died too many times with this. But if you have the prism stones, it's actually pretty easy if you just take your time. I'm just gonna head to the boss now. You just basically come out here. If you're worried about which way you need to run, just look over at that far edge over there. You usually see people's writing and stuff down here, but there's actually a bit of rock that sticks out. And you can see it there. That's actually like the foot of the bridge, basically. Now there's some of those annoying clams, like the ones at Ash Lake. These guys can be a pain in the ass. So I'm going to be cheap about it. This is kind of a weird one. The boss fight, the first time you do this boss fight, the fog walls don't appear or anything until you've destroyed the crystal. And then once you've done it once, there's a fog gate on this line, on this doorway, and you've got to walk through that and the fight begins. You've got to run around him. Ah, there, the fight starts when you come in here. But after you've done it the first time, if you failed or whatever, and you've died and you come back to do it again, there's a fog gate. Now what you need to do is destroy that crystal, then you can take on the boss. And the first time you do the fight, you'll start next to the crystal. but every time you do it from then on out, you'll have to run around him from the entrance way. You probably noticed this. Oh god, I seem to be getting some kind of graphic bug here. Probably something to do with the graphics fix, the resolution fix patch thing. Mod. That's the reason why I'm not bothering too much with fighting these enemies. He actually kills them for you. There's weak spots right in the middle there, which is this whole sort of abdomen area. Gotta be wary of his different spells that he casts. Oh, nice. I didn't realise those things drop Purge and Sprint. It's quite interesting. That's by far his deadliest attack, so you need to watch out for that. If you attack the tip of his tail, the one in the middle, you can actually get the Moonlight Greatsword, which is awesome for sorcerers and magic sword warriors and stuff. Usually get one. Yeah, you can normally do that while he's doing his first attack, which normally is a mid-range to long-range attack, and then his second one, if you stay in too long, it'll be a close-range attack, which may kill you. Gotta be wary too, because this guy can curse you, and you don't want to get cursed when you've got to fight a boss like this. And granted, this one's pretty easy. Yeah, it's time to run because he's gonna. Ouch. See. This guy can hurt you quite badly if you allow him to. If you're really cheap, you can just run from one side of the room to the other shooting arrows at him. It does work. Don't ask me how I know that, but the easiest way to get the attacks on his tail if you want his sword is basically when you shatter the crystal at the start of the fight. That normally it makes him stunned for a little while, a good like 5-10 seconds or so, just enough for you to run in, shatter his tail. You've got to hit it right on the end though, so try to hit the tip of his tail and just hit it a few times. His tail will break off. He's got that sort of swing and arcing attack. He's got a frontal cone-shaped attack. He's got a melee attack where he just sort of hits you with his fist. He's got the tail slams. He's got an AoE explosion attack which you gotta watch out for. All in all, Seath is pretty easy to kill. Now, because I'm so badass, I'm gonna use a homeward bone here, because I'm gonna go and collect that that crossbow before I finish this video. Because I know somebody's gonna want to know how it's done, so this is how it's done. Just level up a little first. Nice. I may do a PvP video in here using my recently acquired red eye orb. I don't know why I'm fighting these, to be honest. Total waste of time that, sorry. crap. Hate when that happens. Don't try my patience, skeleton man. He doesn't know that I have a spear that shoots bolts of lightning. And he's never going to know either because I can't be bothered to show him. How tragic. Hate those magic, those channelers, so annoying. Now this is potentially a total suicide mission. This bit's a pain in the ass. You gotta watch out when you land as well because there's two archers which... Yeah, as you can see, the chest's already open. That's because I've tried to get this thing and died already. You gotta watch out for those archers there. They do some serious damage and they can kill you. Well, basically they can kill you before you can open the chest and loot the item. And they can kill you quite easily any other time apparently too. That's alright though, I've got the item now. It's time to pretty much move on.